What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for the 4K Lowdown and Turner Fan 77 present By the Numbers, where we check new releases, theater, streaming, or physical release, give you the lowdown on what we thought of them to see if you want to see them for yourself. I am David, aka the 4K Lowdown, your host, and my co-host is
Rich, Turner Fan 77.
Rich. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So we already got Evan on. What's up,
Hey, what's
Evan?
up,
I know
Evan?
you haven't seen any of these, but maybe this will give you an idea of what you want to watch next. So I hope
Or maybe
these
what to
will help
avoid.
you, or something to stay away from. Because I think we've got at least one that you probably want to stay away. Also, we got Spicy. What is up,
What's
Spicy?
up, Spicy?
Thank you so much for
How you
joining
doing,
us.
man? Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So, like we do every week, now this is episode 17.
Man, it doesn't seem
By
like
the Numbers. It's just whipping by.
Yeah, it really is.
And basically what we do is we pick 5 movies at random that are brand new, recently out, either in the theater or on streaming or physical releases, and we watch them, we give them the lowdown treatment to see what we thought of them. So this again, I like to say that we keep a variety of genres. We don't pick like all action movies, or there's we got some drama in here. We got a thriller. We try to get a foreign film in there here and there.
Yeah. And I'm loving these foreign films, man.
You know what? They're refreshing. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised with these, where you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think I've been disappointed with any of the foreign films. I mean, there's a couple where I was like that Phenomena was kind of, it was hard at the beginning, but it got better as it went along. So Spicy just saw Sisu last weekend. Highly recommended. That is coming up on either the next one or the one after that. We've got to make sure that Rich has a chance to see it. I actually saw it a couple weeks ago, and I liked it. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, and we had our Mystery Movie Monday again this week, and I finally got one right. I predicted that I was going to get it, and I did. So the Mystery Movie Monday this week was Hypnotic, the new Ben Affleck thriller directed by Robert Rodriguez, and I like it.
That?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not. Now I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. You guys, it comes out May 12th in the theater. So if you get a chance, check it out. And again, if Rich gets to see it, we'll go ahead and review it here on the lowdown in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Harrison jumped in. What's up, Harrison?
What's up, Harrison?
For jumping in. Yeah. We haven't confirmed everything yet, but if Harrison and I both get to go to Comic-Con this year, we might arrange to do a live stream or a show at Comic-Con. Where we review North by Northwest and do some other stuff. So that might be fun. But right now I'm kind of down to about a 5% chance that I'm going to be able to go. So it may not happen. I'm still talking with my buddy Josh over there at Red Gorilla that but I know he just got his comic line started last year. So it might be another year or two before he's ready to have someone go. Spicy lives in San Diego. All right, brother. Awesome. So yeah, I will definitely hit you up. Yeah. Harrison said it'd be pre-recorded. That's what I figured. I'd do a live stream. So we'll pre-record it on yours. We'll do a live stream on mine from Comic-Con. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It could happen. There's still a chance. Maybe about the level of Dumb and Dumber, but there's still a chance. All right. So okay, there's a couple of movies on this list that I didn't want to watch.
Same.
I'll be perfectly honest. Where I was like,
pretty sure ours are pretty different.
I think so. I think we've got one that neither of us wanted to watch, but I've got there were two that I really didn't want to see. One of them I turned out to like. The other one I was right in not wanting to see it. but I don't know. It was an interesting group.
It was. I mean, there was. I'm just gonna say I really liked 3 out of the 5.
Okay,
Those 3 for 5 on this one.
That's good. I'm 3 for 5 as well, but I think it's going to be a different 3.
I agree. I think it will be too.
I think it's going to be a different 3 because I think there's one movie in particular that you like better than me, and one movie that I like better than you. So,
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
that's great. And I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I like it when we don't necessarily agree, but we can come together and we can discuss, which is good. But altogether, not bad scores. I mean, none of these movies are horrible, just particular taste. I didn't care for them.
Right.
And I think you feel the same way. I mean, the movies were like, okay, but it's like, yeah, all right. I didn't care for that. So, but we're really kind of, oh, I think Harrison likes the idea of me going live and then his pre-recorded. So if that happens, yeah, I'm down to try that. Anyway, all right. So let's get to our lowest scored movie. And do you know which one that is?
I'm gonna go with Clock.
Yes, you are correct, sir. Our lowest scored movie of this week is Clock. And this came out April 28th on Hulu. The trailer kind of looked cool.
Yeah, I was excited when I saw the trailer.
Yeah,
this looks great.
I thought this was going to be creepy as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is okay. This is the thriller equivalent of a hand job in the parking lot, because this is not.
Yes.
It's like it teases and it teases and it never gives it. It never gives it up.
It's just a dry one.
It's just a dry one. It's not even. No, there was no baby oil, or there was nothing. It was just so.
Yeah.
It was so disappointing. But I've got to say, so Clock looked like trailers showed all the cool ideas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. 100%.
Kind of, some of the best parts, but I will say, I mean, aside from all this, it was like, it was just,
it looked beautiful, but it was shot. I love the look of it too.
I like the look of it. It was trying to be creepy, and it was doing, but yeah, it was just letting me down and letting me down and letting me down. But then I have to say,
first 10 minutes, I was like, oh, is this going to be like Incision? I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, I thought, I was like, is this going to be like, is this not going to be a thriller at all? Is this going to be a drama with nothing good in it? Is it just going to be,
I think the lead, she did a good job.
I thought the acting was good.
Yeah.
I thought the acting was solid. It just, I don't know. Maybe it was the script. Maybe, but I've got to say, after all that, I mean, I didn't care for 95% of the movie.
I agree.
But it has a fantastic twist that I did not expect, that really caught me by surprise. And I was like, oh, but that is not enough of a payoff for me to endure the rest of this movie.
Are you talking about the end Clock scene?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I love that. That was like,
I
was like, oh, because you think it goes one way, but it goes a totally different way. And the girl that stars in this, the lead, she's from another movie that we reviewed, I Am Number 4. She's the female lead there. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. it's got
There's one scene at the opening scene I just thought was weird. The playground scene.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, looking back on the movie, I thought that didn't really fit in what I thought that that was going to be a call or a foreshadowing to something real, but nothing really. It's just there, I thought, for shock value.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. For me, it was the whole birthday party scene.
With the book,
with all the women just like gabbing and talking and stuff, and they're just, and it's in the trailer too, how they're hounding her because her biological clock's not ticking, and she doesn't want a baby.
Yeah,
and it's just, I don't know. Harrison says, so what you're saying is Click is a waste of time. It's Clock. But I get it. Typo. That's what it sounds like. Yeah,
it is.
It is. It's a waste of time. It's you know when you set the alarm, or you think you set the alarm but you actually didn't, and it never goes off. That's what this is. It's a clock with no alarm. It just ticks away. and then nothing. There's no payoff. It even, like I said, there's this really great twist, and then they follow it with more boredom at the end.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's one scene that made me chuckle.
Yeah.
And that was stupid.
I hate those typos.
You made me forget what I was going to say. I was like, what?
One scene that made you chuckle.
Oh, yes. The sex scene with her husband after she's back from the clinic.
Oh, yeah.
And he sticks his dick in, and I'm sorry, but that made me laugh.
And
it reminded me of Teeth.
Yeah, it reminded me of Teeth. Yeah, it was like, something bit me. I was, but and then I don't know.
That just made me chuckle. The 5-year-old in me, the teenage boy.
Yeah,
it made me chuckle. But that's it, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was kind of funny. But there's really not.
What more can you say about this?
I can't say anything. I'm really not. I'm not one to just sit there and complain about it. But this was frustrating. This movie frustrated me. There was no payoff. Like I said, there was maybe 5 minutes where I was like, oh, that was great. And then that was it. But I mean,
I did there was the tall lady. I did like that, but it never went anywhere.
But nothing came out of it. Yeah, that was the thing. Like I said, it's a hand job in the parking lot, because it was like, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. No, it wasn't great, because I really wanted something to happen with this tall shadow lady. Nothing. I mean, even in the trailer, they show her like screaming in the side window of the car. I'm like, okay, this is going to be like a Woman in Black type scary thing.
Yeah.
There's something involved. Something with this company that's doing something creepy. But no, it just doesn't. It doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
So
avoid this, guys.
This is probably one to steer clear of. I mean, if you're desperate, like I said, the acting is good. I think the cast does a good job. I just don't think it was written well, and it doesn't play off very well. So, some of our highlights, like I said, we're both at an 8 for the acting. We're both at a 7 for the cinematography. We're both at an 8 for the wild card. I mean, it has its merits.
Yeah.
You went an 8 for the story, and I went a 6. I had some problems with the story, and I had some problems with the trailer that I was like, it seemed like it was misleading, and I was right. It really just took us off in the wrong direction. So IMDb gives this a 5.1 with 1,500 views. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 79% with 33 reviews. Audience score 60% with 50 ratings. I've got no budget or anything on it because it was straight to Hulu. You gave this a 66. I gave it a 63 for a total average score of 64.5. That takes our lowest spot for the week. And I think score wise, that's about right.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't good. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I saw, like I said, aside from one, maybe two scenes, it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah. And here's some pictures. That's the scene I wanted. I wanted that to go further and never went further. It was disappointing. It was disappointing.
I was disappointed, and I recommended this one.
Yeah, this was your pick, bro. It's not a horrible movie. It just wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't what I wanted, and I just didn't like it. It is possible for a movie to be good, but you not like it. And likewise, it's possible to have a really bad movie that you like.
Yeah.
So
all film is subjective.
All film is subjective. And speaking of films being subjective, coming in with our second lowest score, is where is the okay? The poster is no longer there, so I'm gonna have to grab it really quick.
You fucking it up.
I hate it when they remove the stuff. Had all the pictures on there, and it's not there anymore. Yeah. So we're gonna bring it back. So second lowest score is Infiesto. Now, Infiesto, this is a Spanish film. It's on Netflix right now. Looks like it came out in February, but we only just heard of it. So we were like, hey, let's put this in. I liked the trailer. I was digging the trailer. It looked like a good thriller. And again, now we're really starting to get a lot of the COVID, the lockdown stuff. And this was interesting to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked the trailer. And
I liked this. I enjoyed this movie.
Okay. There were things I liked about this, but as a whole, I didn't care for this movie. And I can't place it. It's another one of those potato salad things where I liked all the ingredients, but putting it together, it just didn't appeal to me. I fell asleep twice watching this movie. And I thought the first time was a fluke because I had just got home from watching Hypnotic, and I'm like, I'm going to watch Infiesto. I put that in, started it, fell asleep, woke up at the end, and I was like, okay. So I tried to watch it again. I fell asleep again. Then I rewound it, watched the rest of it, and I was just like, okay. So to me, it's a slow burn.
It very much so is.
It is. And there's a lot of dialogue for it being a foreign film. This is another one. Watch it subtitled.
Yeah.
Don't watch it dubbed. It will default to dubbed when you get it, when you put it on. And I did not like the dubbing on this at all.
Like 5 minutes in, I was out.
Like 5 minutes in, I'm like, I'm out with the dubbing. So, because I usually try to watch it dubbed first and then turn around and watch it subtitled. But when it's like nails on a chalkboard, I'm just like,
I have a question. One of the last foreign films we watched, I had it. No, maybe it was a couple months ago, maybe a month or so ago. I forget what movie we were watching. And I changed it to dubbed. And ever since then, it automatically starts in the foreign language. I don't have to go. If I want it dubbed, I have to go in and put it in dubbed. It doesn't go back to.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which I kind of like that.
Well, that's cool. But yeah, I change it. And I don't know. I usually change it after I watch it, and then I change it to subtitled, and then I watch it again, or I'll change it in the middle, but it still defaults to dubbed for me every time I start it.
one of our next week's movies, aka from Netflix, I watched dubbed. I didn't have a problem with that, but I kept the subtitles on.
Yeah.
And I noticed the language difference from the dubbed. And that's the first time I've ever done that. And that was very interesting to me.
Yeah. Now I always do that. Mainly because I always have subtitles on by default. For everything I watch, including movies, streaming, doesn't matter. And that's primarily for my granddaughter and, in case noise in the house or whatever, or I can't hear the TV. So we always have captions going on. And yeah, I can tell the language difference.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of it is, just kind of in the way they speak versus the English language, which is the English language is dumb. I'm going to be one of the first to admit that. We're so bass backwards compared to all other languages. But the other thing is they try to make the dubbing look like what they're mouthing in their language. So they try to make it look similar, so it's not like Kung Fu Theater. That's why some of the wording is different.
But see, I had fun with this.
Yeah, Evan doesn't like captions. Wish I could speak all the language. I know. Wish I had a universal translator. That could just translate everything for you.
I liked the slow burn. I liked the C word, because sometimes you can't say that word. I liked how they incorporated it. Like with his mom. It was his mom, right?
Yeah.
That was a real thing. That really happened to people, man.
Yeah.
And then her husband,
Yeah.
I like how they were stressing about it. I loved how they incorporated it. It didn't seem forced. It felt very natural.
I agree with that. And I like, right in the beginning is like, okay, we're dealing with this with this pandemic. So you guys are going to have to work this case by yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was absolutely true. There were like, a lot of things kind of fell through the cracks during COVID because, everybody was on lockdown. So it was really hard to get anything resolved because a lot of places were closed or there were very few people working, trying to solve crimes where everyone else was trying to, isolate and be on lockdown forever. So I did like that right from the start.
Yeah.
But I think that kind of told me that things were going to move slowly. And
yeah, it did. You knew right away it was going to be a slow burn.
Yeah.
And I liked I wish they would have leaned more into the cult.
Yes.
I wish they would have leaned a little bit more into it. Especially when they flip that girl over. You see it in the trailer and she has that marking on her back. I wish they would have just give us a little bit more.
Yeah.
More about the prophet instead of, just giving us a little tease.
Yeah, give me a little research on it. Show me, tell me what that's about. I would have liked that too. But yeah, it's just I don't know what it was. Like I said, all the ingredients I liked. I liked the story behind it. I liked the acting. I liked, I liked the ending. I liked how it was. I like how it was resolved. I like that it's not your typical Hollywood ending, and I dug that.
And I didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't see that coming either. That was probably my favorite part. But I felt it just took too long to get there for me.
Yeah,
it was slower than I expected. For it only being an hour and a half, it felt like 2.5 hours to me. I
enjoyed it. It captivated me from the start.
Yeah, and I think it captivated me at the start, and then I lost interest about a third of the way through. And then I can honestly say after, going through that 3 times that I still have very little memory of the middle of the movie because I'm like, I'm just like, I got
slept through
bored.
it twice. So
I slept through it twice. I got bored. And then the
you
third time, I'm not even sure. I still think I zoned out for the third one, but I was awake. I just don't think I was conscious. But like I said, I liked how it started and I liked how it ended. It's just the middle was it really dragged for me in the middle. But some of our highlights with it, like I said, we were both at an 8 for the acting. You went an 8 for the plot, and I went a 7. You went an 8 for the story, and I went a 6 because it just was a little too slow for me. Cinematography, you went 8, I went 7.
I love this is another one that had that like a filter over it.
Yeah, like a haze.
Yeah, and I really dug that look.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminded me of Sisu with how it was filmed.
Oh, really?
Because it looked like those old spaghetti westerns where it was just kind of like it just had this, this off-white filter that was going through it to where everything just looked a little dirty. And yeah, I did kind of dig that. And then for wild card, we have this as a thriller. We both gave it an 8. So I mean, yeah, I still think it was a good movie. It just I don't think I'll watch it again.
I say check it out. If you're on the fence, you need something to watch on Netflix, check this out.
Sure. And so he says check it out. I say meh, probably. I don't think I just leave it alone. But if you're into that, if you're looking for it and you got Netflix, check it out. It's free.
It's only an hour and a half.
You're already paying for it.
Dave thinks it's 3 hours.
It doesn't feel like an hour and a half, but yeah, it's only an hour and a half right of your day. I don't recommend it.
I do.
Rich does. But like I said, it's not bad. It just the ingredients mixed together. I just couldn't get through the middle of it. Okay. So IMDb gives us a 5.5 with 3,300 ratings. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 83% with 6 reviews and 44% audience score with fewer than 50 reviews. Again, this went straight to Netflix, so I have no budget or anything like that. And it's foreign, so it's really hard for me to get a budget on them. You gave this a 69. Righteous. I gave it a 65. Total 67 was our average score.
That's a good score.
And I think that's well deserved. I think it's like I said, it's good. And I did like the underlying plot. I like the story. It's just, it's just too slow for me. So, I think it's way better than Clock. So if I had the choice between these two, I'd pick Infiesto every day on Twice on Sunday.
It's way better than Clock, but that don't take much.
No, that's not taking much. So
I want to say 80 for Brady was better than Clock.
I really liked this scene.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. And that dude was creepy.
Yeah, that dude was creepy. And then, because I was really I really wanted this to be more occult, more. I don't think I wanted it demonic, but I mean, I wanted it more, I guess, more supernatural or whatever. But anyway, yeah, there was some really believable acting by both leads here. I think they both did a good job.
100% agree.
Yep. All right. So let's move on. Like I said, we've got one movie that's in the theater. That's going to be our last one that we go through. So let's take a look at the movie that takes, it's actually the second highest total of the night. And I had to make sure which one. That's an interesting thing. This is going to be kind of interesting. So our second highest score this week is for Scream 6.
I had fun with this, man. I really enjoyed this.
Thanks a lot, Spicy.
Yeah, thank you, Spicy.
But yeah, Evan hates dubbing more. Hates captions, but he hates dubbing more.
Well, you're screwed on that movie.
Yeah, you're kind of messed up. So foreign films just probably aren't your bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Spicy. Yes, please hit the like button.
Hit the share button too.
Hit the share
button on
button.
your social media. If
Let everyone know where
knows
we're at.
that you like movies, steer them our way. Hit that share button.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I saw this in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw it on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I dug it. It was fun. It's like I was saying when I wrote the review for it, on Letterboxd, I was like, the Scream franchise has like their formula for what they do, and it's basically standard slasher, twist at the end, rinse and repeat, and that's what they do. And they followed that to the letter this time, and I think it was successful. I actually liked it. I enjoyed it.
Me too.
The
love the
only negative thing I have to say about this is that my daughter liked it, which is normally not a bad thing, except she does not like horror movies. So the fact that she liked it told me it was not horror enough.
Right.
So, but
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because she was like, "Oh, there was only one scene that scared me, and that was the subway scene." And I was like, "That was the only scene that scared you?" Okay, it's like, when my daughter comes up to me and said, "Hey, this salsa's great. Taste it." I know it's going to be ketchup.
Right.
It's not spicy enough. If she's going to come to me and tell me that the salsa is great, I know it's not spicy enough. And when she tells me a horror movie is great, I know it's not horror enough. But I will say it's fun. It's bloody.
It's very bloody.
It's got a really good twist. I think I called part.
Me too.
Of the killer reveal, but not all of it. And I will say that what threw me off was Hayden Panettiere.
Oh,
having her come back, the blonde girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, and there's my daughter. She's insulted, but completely agrees. Yes, it's true. So yeah, I mean, having her in the movie, I didn't expect, and that threw the twist off to me, because I wasn't sure if she was going to be involved in the twist or not. Otherwise, I would have called it right down the middle.
Wait, I love that she came back, but I had an issue with her acting. It wasn't great.
She's not a good actor.
No, I mean, because I love the casting. That's
a good cast.
Is great. I love the two leads.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you: did you miss Neve Campbell?
No.
At all?
No,
me neither.
And I didn't miss that stupid look she gets on her face at all.
No, you mean every time she's on camera?
Yeah, just that weird look she does.
It was. I can't even do it. It's just I'm like, she gave me that look when I met her. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But
and I wish they would have killed Courtney Cox off. I don't need to see her plastic face anymore. I think she needs to go.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I wouldn't have had a problem with that.
Oh yeah, sorry. I guess that was
because we don't want to like ruin it, because Evan hasn't seen any of these, so
my bad, Evan.
But
at one point, her face reminded me of Ghostface. It's just so plastic looking, and it just I just don't get why it wouldn't.
Fake. She's so fake. I would have been happier if neither of them would have been in it.
Yeah.
No Courtney Cox, no Neve Campbell. Just give me all newbies.
Yeah.
And
for the most part, they did.
Because you got you got Jenna Ortega and her sister to kind of carry on the thing. And I was down for that. And I liked bringing Hayden Panettiere back as an FBI agent, because she's kind of hunting the whole Ghostface thing. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of here for that, and then you've got additions. You got Dermot Mulrooney, who's a cop. That's the father of one of the the girls that they're friends with.
I had kind of issues with him. I think his acting was pretty good.
Yeah,
First half
he's
of the
right.
movie.
Yeah,
But then it went off the rails in the second half.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And it's like, what?
I agree with that. It was like, okay, but yeah, and then of course,
I really like the
but again,
brother
like
and
I said,
sister.
they have this model where you get, you get the twist with the killer, and you get the one person who knows everything about horror movies,
Mm-hmm.
and you get the one person that's, oh, I don't care about any of this stuff, and they're usually one of the first ones to die. And then you get, and I was like, okay, I'm here for it. It's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really, aside from the, the end, and I did kind of like the first scene, the opening scene, the first
I
person to
did
get
too.
killed.
And I
I
love
enjoyed
what's her
that.
face.
Yeah.
What's her name? Oh, she's in Ready or Not.
Yeah, Samara Weaving.
Yes, I love her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's in this movie. And
no, that if she's in that first scene, she go die.
I know. I should have known. And I
love
the brother.
But I liked who the killer was there, and then that was spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I don't want to ruin that for anybody, but it's definitely worth a shot. This is definitely worth watching.
When, like I said, I love the brother and sister in this, and I chuckled, and I even rewound it when she made that Letterboxd comment.
Yeah,
I fucking died. And I was like, oh shit, I have to listen to that again. That made me laugh.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I just think that this is really for me. This was a watered down version of the original Scream.
Yeah, I see that, but that's not a bad.
No, it's not. It's not a bad thing. It's just, I think, aside from all the blood in it, this could have been PG-13.
Yeah, I agree.
But there's, like every slasher movie, there's got to be good blood and good kills, and I think it scores in both areas. So
I ain't gonna lie, man. I love that subway scene. I love.
Yeah, I dug that. That was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a whole, where would you rate this on the scale with the franchise?
Me, I would rank Scream 1, of course.
Oh yeah, that's the easy winner.
I like Scream 2.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go. Oh man, I think I ranked this third. Yeah, I think this is my third favorite. Just because I had fun, I didn't touch my phone. It held my attention.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I watched it in the theater. I was digging it. Yeah, it was fun, but yeah, there was nothing really, no real jump scares. No, I mean,
and I don't think you need that.
No, no, you got that formula, and you're just,
and it works when it's
just
done
gonna follow. And it's like the Saw movies. You know what you're gonna get.
Which they announced the new one.
It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means, okay, I know what I'm gonna get. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna watch it and enjoy it. Okay, so what I can find out with this one is that it had a budget of $35 million and made $168.9 million in the box office. So it made its money.
Yeah.
So Scream 7's coming, you guys. I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah. And I'm okay as long as
you liked it. Cast. Yeah, give me those guys again. I'm down.
Because if it's not broke, what's that saying?
If it ain't broke, they'll fix it. Yeah. And also, if duct tape doesn't fix it, then you're not using enough duct tape.
And I'm just gonna say, I'm a dude. These two leads are great to look at on screen.
Yeah, I like the older sister.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love Jenna Ortega. I think she's awesome. But I like the older sister in this better.
You need to watch In the Heights then.
No.
Yeah, you do.
I don't need to watch In the Heights.
Yeah, you do.
No. I my son did the play. That's as far as I got. to watching In the Heights as I watched the play that my son was in.
But this is in 4K.
No.
Yeah.
Fork that. So IMDb gives Scream 6 a 6.8. I didn't do our highlights. So cast, we're both at a 10. And then you also have 10s for the plot, meaning the trailer, and for the wild card as a horror movie. And then my other highest is the ending. I gave a 9 to the ending, and you gave a 9 to the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, altogether, I'm like absolutely solid.
Yeah.
I think this is a solid movie. As I said, IMDb gave this a 6.8 with 61,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 76% with 284 reviews. 91% audience score with 2,500 plus reviews. You gave Scream 6 a 81. I gave it a 74 for a total average of 77.5.
That's a good damn score.
Good score.
I recommend it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. If you have Paramount Plus, definitely check it out.
I'll probably watch it again. It's on Paramount Plus. Yeah, I'll probably check it out again.
Yeah.
Some of the shots from the movie.
And I like all the callbacks too to the rest of the franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, I dug it. All right, we got 2 more left. So we're going to come into our next movie. And before we do that, Movie Hunter jumped in.
What's up, Movie Hunter?
And then everybody's saying hi. And we got Dell. What's up, Dell?
What's up, Dell? Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, everything's going good for you. All right, we got 2 more left. So we've got 1 more. It's out on physical release now. I'm just going to do it. So Jesus Revolution, our next movie up. And this is a movie that I was not interested in seeing.
I was, and I really love this movie. I really like this.
Yeah. So
does it have its faults? Yes.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I actually like this movie more than I thought I would.
Oh, that makes me happy.
I'm just going to say if this movie was an hour and 4 minutes long, it would have been perfect.
How long was it?
It was 2 hours. No, it's 2 hours.
It didn't feel like it.
No.
It's not very long. It didn't feel very long.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's exactly 2 hours. Good job, Dave. Figured it out. But it was really popular in the theater.
Yeah. My daughter said that this movie did so well for them. She said people would come, and then they'd be like, oh, I got to bring my friend. And she said there was people bringing in people. One person would bring someone in, and the person that they brought would bring someone in. She said a lot of repeat viewings.
Yeah. No,
and I get it.
But yeah, I mean, there was, like I said, I loved it up until about halfway through. And I mean, loved it. Teared up in the middle of the movie. And then
the wheels start to fall off?
Yeah, it started to fall off a little bit.
What scenes? What part of the movie?
I don't know how to.
Nothing to spoil in this movie.
Harrison says, glad to hear it's good. Usually I don't like Christian films. They tend to be too sappy and unrealistic. Okay. I will say it's very realistic.
Yeah, it really is.
There's definitely some great people in this movie and some great dialogue.
And I would say right now, I'm not a Kelsey Grammer fan at all.
I loved him in this.
Yeah, I did too.
He was amazing in this.
Yeah.
So it was when the movie felt like it went from being about and I'm just going to say the door being open both ways, right? To where the door's open, everyone can come in.
Yeah.
When it became less like that and more like a cult.
Yeah.
That's where I was losing my, my interest in the movie.
Didn't that church, that was realistic though, because wasn't that based in fact?
No, that was absolutely based in fact.
People thought it was a cult.
Yeah. Surprisingly good and based on a true story. Yes, absolutely based on a true story. So this all takes place in Newport Beach, which is my old stomping ground. And this is where, if you guys, I don't know if you guys are old enough. I don't want to hint that Dell's old enough, but I know Dell and I are pretty close to the same age. But this is where the term Jesus freak came out of.
Yeah, it was. So,
and I used to, my parents used to say that all the time. Oh, those darn Jesus freaks. It's because of this whole thing that happened. And it was a movement where the hippies started to find religion.
Yeah.
They started to find God. And it was, one person named Lonnie Frisbee who basically caused this pastor to open his mind and say, look, these guys are lost. They need a path.
And if you read the Bible, that's what Jesus did. He didn't hang out with the pretty people. He was in the trenches with quote unquote the hippies and the lepers.
Yeah.
And I thought they did a really good job of portraying the struggle.
Yeah. Dell says, I'm curious about this one too. Most Christian movies I see are like being struck in the head repeatedly with a blunt object. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not like that.
No.
I remember the term being popular. See, yeah, I told you. I like the guy who plays Jesus in The Chosen. So I might like this one. Also like Kelsey Grammer and Frasier and X-Men. Yeah. I'm normally not a Kelsey Grammer fan.
Me neither.
But he's really good in this. He's genuine.
And you see on his face the struggle he has with when that one guy says, "Hey, this is for people like us. This church is for people like us that donate the money," and then you see that struggle. You see on his face, like the conflict he has inside.
Yeah, because so all these so all these hippies start coming to this church. I mean, there's a whole thing that comes before that. But I want to talk about this one part where the other members of the congregation are like totally against these guys being in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelsey Grammer's character is like, my door is open to everybody.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, the door opens both ways.
Yes. Yes.
And, and these old guys that were like, oh, we don't want them in our congregation. Some of them leave, but then another guy's like, goes over there.
Oh, I love that.
And says, let's get started. And then he's like, let's get started. I mean, there were things about this movie that I absolutely loved.
Like when Kelsey Grammer's washing the feet.
That's one of my favorite parts.
Yes.
Because that was one of the complaints. Oh, they're coming in with bare feet and they're getting their dirt, making the carpet dirty. Yeah. And he's like, oh, really? Carpet. That's what we're worried about. So he chooses to wash their feet when they come in and he's blessing them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like a real thing.
Yeah.
And so now what? So what do you have to complain about now? It's just, like I said,
this really has the message, don't judge a book by its cover. That old saying. That's what this movie boils down to.
Yeah.
But there's one thing and I wish they would have touched on it just a little bit more, is Lonnie Frisbee, because you don't get the whole story with him in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why they don't want to take away the message.
No, you don't want to get a lot of the bad here.
Yeah, but I also think it would have helped to remind that everyone's human. We all sin.
Everyone has weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's always redemption.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that really bugged me.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And they hinted to some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they didn't go, and it's basically like what they did with Bohemian Rhapsody. They didn't hint to all the bad stuff that Freddie Mercury was going through.
Yeah.
They just touched on it and then let him end triumphantly. Yeah. And that's kind of what they did here. But I loved the baptism stuff. I loved all the acting in this.
And the ending baptism. I loved it when the there's no spoilers in this movie, really. When the young hippie, the boy, I forget his name. I love how that came together, and I loved how his future wife came together. You know what I mean? And I love that line where he says it to her, towards the beginning of the movie, where it says, "I really like you, but if you're going to get in the way of my work for Jesus,
if you come between me and Jesus, and we're going to have a problem."
Dug that. And then when Lowedown with that line comes back into play, I loved it there. It was a real good payoff.
Comes full circle. Yeah.
I'm going to add this movie to my collection.
Evan says, look at Keith Green's music. He's the biggest artist from that generation. Rich Mullins comes from Keith Green's work. I used to play bass at church. I didn't wear shoes. Pastor made feet covers because he didn't like seeing my feet. Okay.
I see it right now. It's $20, but I'm gonna wait for maybe $15.
Yeah. It finally went. I mean, it was $27.99 when it first came out. It's down to $21.99, and it's $19.99 at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait. Dips below 15, something like that. Yeah. I'll add this to my collection too.
Wait, not to get off track. Did you get Deep Impact yet?
Oh yeah. Well, I believe I have it. I haven't opened it yet.
Well, I'm supposed to be here tomorrow. I seen people posted it, and I liked the slipcover on it.
Yeah,
I really did. Anyway, but I got sidetracked. Anyway,
back to Jesus. So Jesus Revolution had a budget of $15 million, made $52.7 million in the box office,
and that was a very limited theater run too.
It was a very limited theater run, but yeah, there was, what was it? And I think it came out about the same time as John Wick, or like right around that point. There was something really major that came out about the same time. And I was like, I bet everybody's here for John Wick, right? And they were like, oh no, everybody's here for Jesus Revolution.
Let me tell you that. My daughter runs a theater, and she got inundated with calls, people coming in, like, why don't you have Jesus Revolution? I mean, she said once a day, it seemed like people were coming in wanting to see it and complaining, why don't you have this? And then finally they were able to get it, and then it blew up for them. Yeah.
This was a surprise for me. I
am glad you liked it.
I really enjoyed it. It was a really good movie, a very touching story. I'm not a fan of drug use, and there was a lot of that in here.
But
in a
good, that sounds real.
I mean, it's not in a good way, but it came out good. It was something that they learned from and they resolved, and it wasn't like drugs were great. They were using drugs because they were lost, and because they found Jesus, they didn't have to do the drugs anymore. And I definitely saw the message there.
And I love the tags at the end about that couple. I love that.
The couple and the kid, because they show the kid and they were still married and they were doing their own thing, that because they had their own name for the church. They had their own church name.
Yeah.
And they had like like a whole bunch of ministries that they had opened.
Yeah. I dug this.
Yeah, this is good. This is worth watching, you guys. And this gets our highest score of the week.
And I'm going to put this out there. This is probably my favorite movie out of the 5 for me.
Okay.
Dave disagrees, but that's okay.
I disagree. I think it's the best movie out of the 5, but not my favorite. And that may sound weird to some people.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because this is definitely the I think it's the most well-made, well-acted.
And for a religious movie,
yeah,
I was surprised that they got this high caliber level of actors.
I was really expecting this to be more evangelistic and go way overboard. And I wouldn't have liked it. But no, it was a very real, genuine story.
And I think that's why it did so good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. It was very good. This is what I believe all churches should be, or should strive to become.
I agree. I've been to churches where you have that separation. You're not good enough to be in this church.
Yeah.
But I also think that's human nature.
Yeah.
That is human nature.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Okay. Del says, hear me out. JW Chap. John Wick Chapter 5, Jesus Revolution. Pastor wears a bulletproof robe and carries a sharpened crucifix.
Honestly, I was thinking Roman
Power
Reigns.
Of Christ compels you.
I was thinking that reminds me very much of Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me, the bloodline with the finger up in the air.
Acknowledge me, yeah. The ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I like that, Del. All right. So some of our highlights for Jesus Revolution. You gave 110 to the story, and then you gave 9s to the ending and script. I gave 10s to ending and story, and gave 9s to script and wild card. So IMDb gives us a 7.2 with 6,800 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 59% for 49 reviews. I think that's low.
Yeah.
But get this, audience score, 5,000 plus reviews, 99%.
That's more like it. Yeah.
Okay,
that says a lot. That really does.
You gave this a 78, and I gave it a 79.
And I think I would have scored it higher for the cast. I mean, I didn't know the cast outside a couple people.
Yeah. I knew the cast. Yeah. So you went 3 for the cast, and I went 6.
Yeah.
Because there were some people that I recognized, but really it was Kelsey Grammer and then some other dudes. But I recognized the main kid. I recognized the girl. And the sister, not the sister, but the pastor's daughter. I recognize her. She's awesome, by the way. I liked her in this.
Well, she was.
So total average score 78.5. It takes our highest score of the week. And I think it is the best movie. Not my favorite, not my pick of the week, but
I'm just going to go out and say it. I said, if you only have time for one movie out of the 5 of these, my pick is Jesus Revolution.
I agree. I agree with that. If you only have time for one of these movies, Jesus Revolution would be my pick too.
Yeah.
Have you watch. That being said, let's get to our theatrical release, our last view of the week. And that was Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah. The poster's better than the whole movie. I love this poster.
Yeah, this is a good poster. Okay. So I am a fan of the Evil Dead franchise.
Yes, you are.
I love all the movies. If I had to pick one as my favorite, Surprisingly enough, it'd probably be the 2013 remake.
I have never seen that.
Because I'm not a fan of it being a horror movie that has stupid stuff that tries to be stupid funny at the same time. And I Evil Dead 2, I loved it, but
I watched that on you and Alex's recommendation. Alex from
yeah,
Hanson Place.
yeah,
And I
loved
enjoyed
it.
it for the most part.
Yeah, I loved all of them. Army of Darkness, loved it. Original Evil Dead, loved it. But the 2013 remake is probably my favorite because it's just straight up scary, violent, visceral, gory awesomeness and supernatural. Okay, that being said, there were elements of this movie that I really loved, but it did not pan out the way I wanted it to.
This was very boring. For me. I am not a fan of the Evil Dead movies. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not a fan. I liked 1 and Army of Darkness.
Right.
But I haven't seen Army of Darkness since it came out. And I've seen Evil Dead 2 last year for the first time. I don't know. It's just
yeah. I gotta get you to watch the remake. Watch the 2013.
I need to. I keep seeing the Steelbook somewhere for like $10. I just need to pick it up.
Oh, dude, if I could find it for $10, I'd get that.
Yeah,
but I've got
Amazon for $10.
I've got the Scream Factory 4K.
Yeah.
For it, it's really good. Good transfer.
Yeah. I don't know. My favorite part of the movie was the first 10 minutes. I loved that.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved that first. I was like,
and
this is going to be great.
The first 10 minutes of this movie, and Evan hasn't seen any Evil Dead movies. The first 10 minutes of this movie actually feels like the Evil Dead franchise.
It felt very much like Evil Dead 2. I mean, from what I saw.
With the possession and the cabin by the lake and all the stuff happening. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Dell says loved Evil Dead, right? Enjoyed Evil Dead Rise, didn't love it. Bit upset because my clothes were soaked in blood when I left the theater.
What? Was it like a 4DX movie?
I'm afraid to ask, brother.
Yeah, did you start your period?
Did something happen? Is there
Yeah, you can't just leave it at that. You gotta tell the story.
You can't just drop that. You can't just drop like a dirty shirt and then leave it alone.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to follow that up.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack with that statement. Okay.
And I didn't like the acting in this.
No. I think my favorite acting in this, I liked I liked the mom. She did all right.
Mm-hmm.
I think the youngest daughter, I liked her, and I liked the middle girl.
Yeah.
But I liked the middle girl after she got possessed. That's when she was good. Universal monster movies are more my speed when it comes to horror, although I will say Bruce Campbell is fantastic in things I've seen.
Oh,
Burn Notice is great, and the Spider-Man cameos are legendary. Yeah, I mean, basically, when Sam Raimi is involved, then Bruce Campbell's involved. Now, you could tell in this movie that Sam Raimi does not direct it. He is not directing it. He does not write it. He's not involved. There's some
Raimi fan, so
yeah. I'm a Sam Raimi fan because I'm a big fan of the Evil Dead franchise. So there were elements of the cinematography that I enjoyed because they felt like Raimi, but I was disappointed in the writing. I did not like the story here. I did not like the dialogue here. And I actually felt that first scene, even though it was great, was totally disjointed to the movie.
Yeah. I agree.
You give me this, and then I got to move to this.
Yeah.
And I was like, that should have been the end of the movie.
I agree.
And that would have made the ending so much better.
Yeah. Because it is the parking garage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who the hell puts a wood chipper in the parking garage in the city.
Yeah.
There are elements to the story here that does not make sense.
Lazy writing.
Lazy writing. Like I said, the script, the writing, the story really gave me problems. There were, there was some creep. It was creepy. I liked how creepy it was. I liked some of the things it did. I liked that it was gory. I liked, there were some things that were predictable. Okay, yeah, maybe not read from the book that's made of human skin. You guys, come on, you got to think right. But I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But there were people in the movie that I wished would die.
Yeah. And I did
and
chuck when he was trying to put the mom's eyes down.
Yeah, the neighbors, they all should have been dead.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. If you like Evil Dead and that's your thing, I say go see it.
Yeah, I think it's worth a watch. I don't think it's worth seeing in the theater.
Yeah, no.
As a person who saw it in the theater,
me too.
I'm gonna say thank goodness.
Yeah,
my ticket was free, so I didn't have to pay for it because I got the unlimited thing. But I'd say wait for it to come out on digital or physical and then check it out. Which will
probably be within another month. Probably next month, probably in June. You'll probably
I think it's closer to the 2013 remake than the original franchise, which like I said, there are things that I absolutely liked, but I think it was poorly written.
Very much so.
I didn't think the editing was very good. I had some issues with the cinematography, but there were some things that I liked. And it didn't give me everything I wanted, but it was creepy enough to get me through.
It just bored me. I mean,
I will get it because I have all the rest of the franchise, so I will buy it when it comes out.
Do you own that box set?
No.
I almost bought it.
I own them all individually.
Yeah.
And I think actually I don't have Evil Dead 2 on 4K. I just have that.
That's the only one I had on 4K because it was like $10.
That's the only one I don't have on 4K. Yeah. Everything else, I just got Army of Darkness on 4K. But yeah, I don't know.
I say wait till it hits digital, like Adam. I'm sorry, David.
Yeah, like Adam said.
Oh, I just got a text from Adam. I seen his text.
Oh, who the hell is Adam?
I said, yeah. Yeah. This is. I think it's a waste of time. If you want to see the first 10 minutes. That's all you need to see. Because I love the cinematography when the photo you showed, it's not a spoiler, she rises out of that water. I love that. I thought that was awesome. I said, oh, this is going to be fucking awesome. And no, it wasn't.
No, yeah, that first scene is great. And you get a lot of that in the trailer.
Yeah. So, and I like the drone. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, and when she gets her face pulled off, right?
Scalped.
It's scalped. That's what it was. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was quick
practical effects. And I like that.
It's got good practical effects, not a lot of CGI. I did like, and I will say this, if you watch it, there are a lot of Easter eggs to The Shining in here.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I didn't pick up any of them.
The whole thing in the bathroom looks like the bathroom in The Shining.
I guess I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. The elevator with the blood, all Shining. So there are some asshole. Lee Cronin is the director and writer.
Probably first time director. First time.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a first time director, but it's director. No, he's got oh, right. Okay. Just TV series, short movies. He did a movie called Hole in the Ground, and that was one where they recommended I go see him to get an idea of how he directs before this comes out, which I never was able to find. Yeah. So This has a okay. So where's the budget? Was it 25 million? Let me see. Thought I had a budget for it, but it is not on my 12 million. That's a pretty good budget. Okay, so $12 million budget. And so far in the theater, it has made 90.3 million.
Very profitable.
So it's definitely made its money. I wouldn't mind seeing another one. I mean, I don't want this whole city thing. This needs to stop. It needs to go back to being cabin in the woods, shit going on, that kind of thing.
I don't care where the setting's at. It doesn't bother me. Just tell me a good fucking story. That's what I want.
Yeah, just take some time and do the story right.
Yeah.
That's what I want. But yeah, if you get a chance, brother, check out the 2013 remake.
I will. I'll keep that on I'll keep it on my radar.
Yeah, because
I think it might be on HBO Max actually.
Might be.
It might be.
Might be. Check it out. Let me know what you think. So some of our highlights. I gave the plot a 10 because I was really interested in the trailer. And then we both gave the wild card a 10 as a horror movie. And that's it. Yeah. Otherwise, I got some 8s and 7s. You got some 7s and 6s. we both gave the music, the score an 8. I think the music is good. They utilize the music as a jump scare in the movie. All of a sudden the music gets like super loud.
Yeah.
And it like just blows your eardrums out. And I was like, okay. Sometimes I liked it, sometimes I didn't. But it does create an element.
It's very effective.
That adds to the horror factor of the movie.
Well, the 2013, it's a 2013 one, right?
Yeah.
Is available on Tubi. So I might check it out.
Okay. Yeah. Check it out when you get a chance. Unfortunately, the Scream Factory one that I have does not have a digital copy, or I
wish Scream Factory did put digital copies in there.
Yeah, no, I wish they did too. All right. So on IMDb, Evil Dead Rise gets 7.1 with 31,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 84% with 190 views. Audience score 77% with 2,500 views. You gave this a 64. I gave it a 74 for a total average score of 69.
There's that 69 again.
There's that 69 again. And not in a good way. All right. So yeah, it puts it, I mean, as far as the 5 movie goes, it's in 3rd place. It's right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So Clock
and we try to score them as objectively as we can, whether we like the movie or not.
Yep. Yeah. That's what we try to do. Cause it's, like I said, there were things that I didn't care for about Infiesto, but I mean, I still gave it a pretty good score. Mm-hmm. So
I like Infiesto way more than I did Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah. I'm a little bit on the opposite. I think I liked Evil Dead Rise better. Strictly because I know the franchise.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. I knew what to expect. I enjoyed what I wanted out of it. But I do think the story is way better with Infiesto.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, hands down, yeah.
Yeah. Hands down better.
So we had an interesting group of 5 then this week.
Yeah, this is an interesting group.
Next week we have some good movies.
Yeah.
Potentially good movies.
Potentially. We don't know for sure.
Yeah. Let me read them off. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, what's the lineup for next week?
Next week, guys, we have, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 hits theaters this week. AKA, which is a Netflix original.
Another foreign one.
Yeah,
that looks pretty good.
Yeah. And then we have a Disney Plus original, Peter Pan and Wendy. And then
I have my reservations about that.
Yeah. And then our theatrical, we have technically 2 theatrical releases next week, The Covenant and then Renfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Guardians of the Galaxy because I fell out of love with Marvel movies after Endgame. They just haven't. Their work's been shit. But that's just me. I'm hoping it's James Gunn because I love what he did with Peacemaker. And after I revisited his Suicide Squad, I enjoyed it more the second time than I did the first time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. Seeing that on Sunday. I almost ditched Dave tonight, but I didn't.
You almost did. I was almost doing this solo tonight. And I would not have been mad. I would have been a little mad, but I would have been like, okay, I understand. You're going to see Guardians. That's fine.
I'm
not going to see Guardians until Tuesday. So, but I'll still be able to review it on Wednesday. Yeah. So let's talk about what you got coming up next Monday.
Next Monday, we have issue 10. See, I'm terrible at numbers. At 9:30 Central Time, we are going live on Comic Talk on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be interviewing Ben Buster. He likes comics. He's into the DC animated movies. So, Odell, I'm sorry you watched that movie.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to interview Ben Buster. You know him from his YouTube channel, his Instagram. He likes to dive in those bins, the Walmart bins, but he also likes comic books. So I'm interested in picking his brain.
Yep. Let's take a look at the intro for that coming up on Monday. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, brother.
I hope everybody had a chance to go back and catch episode 9 replay because I had a great interview with Alex from Geeks and Flicks. Everybody knows him from his statues, his movie watching channel, on his YouTube channel, and his unboxings. But man, he has a passion for comic books, and I hope everybody can go back and just give that a rewatch because it was a fun time.
Yeah. He is a huge DC guy.
Yeah. I called him the connoisseur of DC Comics.
Yep.
What do you have coming up, man?
Oh, same old stuff. I got probably an unboxing either the Thursday or Friday with a town hall meeting. Spirits of Spirits on Sunday, where we are going to talk about haunted locations in Hawaii. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Then we have our next show on Wednesday for By the Numbers. I don't know if I'll be able to join you for Ben Buster's show or not. Right now, it doesn't look like I will be able to, but I will be there in spirit. You may see me in the chat at some point. Yeah. So, I forgot that blood spewing from the screen. Some jokes don't land.
There's a lot of blood in that movie, man.
Okay, blood comment was meant to mean there was so much blood in the movie, some of it got on me. Yeah, I get it. All right, that makes sense. We were just like, how'd you get bloody?
Yeah.
We were worried about you, bro. That was,
your safety comes first, though.
I can't see the look on your face. I can't tell you're joking. So it was just like, what, did something happen to Deld in the movie? We were genuinely worried. Yeah. Honolulu, that's right. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff coming up. And then let's see, later on this month, we're going to be looking at our top 10 movies beginning with the letter O. Oh my God, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. I need to hit that hard because I need to get those movies watched.
Me too. I think I've got 3 left.
Oh, I don't. I think I got like 8.
I think I've got 3 left where I need to get through. There's a couple that I have never seen, so I need to take a look at those.
I think I'm gonna hit those hard next week.
And then we have our episode of Comic Talk.
We need to figure out the date.
I think we're gonna do it on the 18th, but it's gonna be late.
Yeah.
Or we may record it. We're still kind of ironing that out with the stuff that's going on.
Yeah,
but
May's a busy month. I have 2 kids. One graduates college this week, and the other one graduates high school, and all the stuff that goes on between now and graduation, all the awards, all the scholarship ceremonies, and just a bunch of busy stuff.
Yeah. So we might have to record it, but we're going to talk about Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, which is the emergence or whatever of Miles Morales as Spider-Man. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I thought of you the other day. I went to Target and there was a Miles Morales Funko that I almost bought.
Yeah. I'm going to do it. I got a couple Funko unboxings from Entertainment Earth. I'm going to record tonight. And I think it's a Miles Morales Funko. I think. So I'm going to do that tonight.
All right, brother. Let's say we get out of here.
Let's do it, man. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, wait a minute, man. I got a road trip coming up. And I want to listen to our chats. Relive our chats. Where can I go listen to that at?
Nice. I'm glad you asked, brother, because we have a thing set up with Spotify for podcasting. Spotify for podcasting takes the audio portion of our live stream and puts it out on the airwaves on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and now Google Podcast. We're on all those platforms, so you can go on any one of those and listen to the audio version of these live streams on the road, going to work, or whatever. So yeah, hopefully you guys check it out. We're doing pretty good on Spotify with followers and views and listens. So it's pretty awesome. And then we also, got to thank StreamYard for taking our live stream and putting it out on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Not for free. So I'm paying for it, but
they do a good job.
They put it out on those platforms for us so you can watch us on any of those formats. And boy, I think that's it.
Yeah, man. Thank you, everyone that joined us in the chat, watching live or catch the replay. Remember, hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit all those 3 things, notifications.
Yeah. Hit the bell, do all that. Do the thumb and the bell and the subscribe. Because it'll be a long time before I hit 1,000 subs.
I want us both. That's my goal for both of us. To the end of the year, we hit 200. That's all.
I'd like to hit 200. It's not a lofty goal. We'd like to hit 200 by the end of the year. So, I think Rich has 10, and I think I have 15.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sitting at 190. I think.
I think you're at 190, and I'm at 185. So
let's guys help us get to 200.
Yeah.
And I sound so bad begging. I don't want to beg, but help us get to 200.
Yeah. So go out there and share us. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
And let them tell their friends, and so on and so forth. Thanks, Movie Hunter.
Appreciate it.
But until then, till next time, where By the Numbers comes back next Wednesday, and definitely check out Turner Fan 77 on his channel, where he interviews Ben Buster on Monday night. Until then, Dave and Rich signing off. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
See you. God bless.